What's up, guys? So I am starting a new series. It's going to be called The Foundations of Physics. So I'm going to be comparing Walter Russell's concepts to the foundations of physics. This came about because I watched a video with a physicist that I respect. His name is Sean Carroll. And, he basically said, if you are going to tell us that the conventional wisdom is wrong, then, start off by saying, look, I know that you're going to be skeptical about this, because of these reasons, but I'm going to show you why these reasons don't apply to, this theory or this concept. So, and I once I heard that, I was like, yeah, he's right. So I'm going to start with understanding the foundations of physics, and then we'll compare, kind of the theories of the time that created those foundations of physics with Walter Russell's foundations. So, like, we'll start with probably with Newtonian mechanics and kind of Euclidean geometry and kind of why those were very good for many years, but we can do better. Einstein came along and showed us that there's relativistic things that we should take into account. But Einstein wasn't the only person to bring a relativistic concept to the world. Walter Russell also brought a relativistic concept to the world, but there's a difference. And actually, we're going to go into that right now. So, with Einstein's concept, you have space-time curving and telling matter how to move, and that matter is what curves the space-time. It tells the space-time how to curve, and then once that's curved, then that curvature tells matter how to move. Now, Walter Russell's relativistic concept is based differently. It is based on equilibrium. When something has a certain density and its surroundings have the same density, it's essentially going to float. Okay. Like a cloud in the sky, a cloud has a certain density, and the air that's around the cloud has a certain density. And when they are in equilibrium, the cloud just floats there, right? It's weightless, right? As we see all the time. Now, the only other thing that can happen is for it to be out of equilibrium, where the density of the matter is, a certain density, which Russell calls potential, and the surrounding environment is a different density or potential. And only one of two things can happen. If there is a imbalance or it's not in equilibrium, then that matter is going to want to search for the environment where it will float. It's going to want to search for the environment that has the same density as itself. So, and that will either be um, falling down or floating up, or we could call it falling up, really, in Russell's concept. But if you have a ball and you drop it or you let it go, because it's higher density than the surrounding, it's going to fall towards a a surrounding that is the same density, which is the ground, the earth. If you have a helium balloon and you let it go, it's going to fall to, or rise, float. It's going to fall to the same thing. It's going to search for a lower potential, a lower dense surrounding, because the air that's around it is higher density than the helium. So it's going to fall upwards towards, and I don't know, you can call it falling or floating or rising or falling, whatever. The point is, to be succinct about what it's doing, it is searching for the surrounding environment that has the same density as itself. Okay. So, that's Walter's concept of gravity versus, Newtonian or relativistic gravity. So anyway, so that's kind of what we're going to be going into. This was just to let you know, this is the way that I'm going to take my channel now, because I think instead of just explaining the concepts of Walter Russell with by themselves, which is what I've been doing, I'm going to now add in traditional science and foundations of physics so we can compare to see what really matches nature. All right. So look out for that. I'll see you next time.